It's the final moments for this cocaine-making compound captured in Peru's Amazon jungle just across the border from Brazil. For these members of Peru's elite drug police, it's just another day in a long and deadly cat-and-mouse game with cocaine traffickers.
They're not too far behind the people who worked here. There was, plates of food left at a camp, boots, movies, even some kids' toys. It looked like there were the families living here. It's kind of a typical farming business in some ways. There's a patron who funds and operates this camp, and really just poor rural farmers that don't have many other options that stay here and make the cocaine.
But what makes these operations different is the presence of Brazilian police in the group. In fact, this mission left from a Brazilian airport in a helicopter running on Brazilian fuel to destroy a target provided by a Brazilian paid informant. Officially, the Brazilians were meant to be unarmed observers while embedded with a Peruvian team on Peruvian soil. But the two Brazilian observers on this raid carried military-grade weapons and faced hostile fire soon after landing in this coca field. Senior Brazilian officials insist that their police should not cross the border armed. Their role in these missions should be limited to intelligence and logistics. Government officials said the men were carrying guns in error and did not explain how it happened. But no one on the mission seemed to have a problem with it. The explanation may lie in the all-hands-on-deck nature of operating in remote and dangerous regions where resources are limited and backup far away. Brazilian officials once criticized similarly aggressive tactics used by the United States, but Brazil has become home to the world's #2 cocaine market after the U.S., and now the country is adopting one of the most controversial American strategies, reaching across borders to stop cocaine at the source. A flight over the Javari River that divides Brazil and Peru helps explain why. The Peruvian side of the river is a lawless region that's home to some of the world's fastest expanding farms of coca, the raw material in cocaine. And virtually all the cocaine made here goes to Brazil. That's something new in an industry long dominated by American consumers. In addition to Peru, Brazil shares vast and remote borders with the world's two other main cocaine-producing countries, Colombia and Bolivia. The frontier with Bolivia alone is longer than the border the U.S. shares with Mexico. In the Amazon, smugglers use hard-to-reach rivers to move drugs and chemicals. To limit the flow of cocaine over the border, Brazil is purchasing unmanned surveillance drones, hiring more federal police, sending troops to border hotspots, and cooperating closer with neighboring police forces on joint operations to search out cocaine labs such as these. The deforestation caused by coca farming is evident along the way. The team wades through jungle streams.
Pretty tricky walking through this water. There's some boards that have been left under the water to make it easier to walk, but I've already fallen once.
What police find provides clues about the cocaine industry taking root here to supply Brazil.
We've discovered an installation for processing cocaine alkaloid, one that uses the Colombian processing method.
Peruvian and Brazilian investigators take samples of cocaine being processed before it's time to blow it all up using this pink detonator cord and barrels of gasoline left by the cocaine makers. One down, countless more to go. For the Wall Street Journal, this is John Lyons on the Peru-Brazil border.